4, The Dance of the Dragons has been a slow burn in the Game of Thrones prequel's sophomore outing, with the show content to gradually build up its storylines and character arcs. And that's not a complaint. Read Fire and Blood, the motivations of a few of the new characters we've encountered throughout the second season of House of the Dragon have been a little hazy. However, everything starts to make sense in Episode 7, The Red Sowing. These immigrants, also known as dragon seeds, demonstrate that the working class and common people play a crucial role in a drama that takes place in an aristocratic and warring royal family. First, Seasmoke's new rider is introduced to Queen Rhaenyra. Adam of Hald is there when they meet, along with their dragons on the beach. Without further ado, he bowed down to her and told her that all he wanted was to become a dragon rider and take on her role as queen. He withholds the identity of his father, Corlys Velaryon, when she inquires about his lineage. He's invited to Dragonstone by her. Grandmaster Orwild is tending to Alicent Hightower's wounds in King's Landing, following the attack by the protesting townspeople in the previous episode. She doesn't seem to realize the impact she has on her constituents or her children, which demoralizes her. Sir Rickard of the Kingsguard is the only person she goes to the Kingswood with. Meanwhile, Seasmoke has been observed with a rider, according to information received by Lord Jasper Wilde via his squire. He conveys the news to Larys Strong, who suggests holding off on telling Prince Aemond just yet because of the rumor's origin. Mysaria is informed about Adam by Rhaenyra, but she is unaware of where to look for more possible riders. Mysaria claims that they may already be aware of the solution. For years, royal Targaryens have surreptitiously fathered offspring outside of marriage while frequenting King's Landing brothels. There exist numerous other illegitimate Targaryens, Rhaenyra says. Let us raise an army of bastards. Corlys finds Adam's actions shocking as well. Finding him at Dragonstone, he grants him a leave of absence from his sailing responsibilities to pursue his studies in dragon riding. However, he stops there and doesn't discuss their relationship or offer any further details, only saying, "Well done." After his grandfather's passing, the youthful Lord Oscar Tully returns to Harrenhal as the Lord Paramount of the Riverland. Clearly, the boy has large shoes to fill. In addition to gaining the confidence of the Riverlords, he has to respond to Daemon's demand for an army. Oscar resolves to honor his grandfather's vow to Viserys and stand by Queen Rhaenyra. But first he must deal with the crimes against House Bracken that Willem Blackwood and Daemon orchestrated in order to placate the Riverlords. To ensure that justice is done for Willem's misdeeds, he gives Daemon the order to behead him. Daemon then experiences a second Viserys vision. With the crown in his hands, he sits on his bed looking disheveled. "Do you still want it?" he queries Daemon. You may wonder how King Aegon Targaryen is faring. He's in excruciating pain, but he's trying to walk now. Although he has made improvement, Larys thinks he still needs to put in more effort to regain his strength. Larys wants to push Aegon even if the Maester says he needs to relax. Corlys engages in his own dragon riding recruiting. He informs Alan that Seasmoke's new rider is his brother Adam. Although Corlys is not aware of the boy's mother's lineage, his family is from Old Valyria. If the necessary skills for dragon riding are inherited, then Alan might also be able to do it. Alan, however, declines, saying he is of salt and sea, and just wants to sail. Maybe there's another Valyrian relative out there looking for a dragon. Rhaena Targaryen and Rhaenyra's sons leave for Pentos in the Vale, but she slips off to find the wild dragon that Lady Arryn mentioned. Rhaena may soon receive her chance to claim her dragon, given the drama constantly reminds us that she has wanted one since she was a young child. Rhaenyra's son Jaehaerys is not happy with her army of bastards plan, despite the fact that it sounds good. He fears that it could call into question the validity of his claim to be her successor. He is aware that Harwin Strong is his biological father, and that he is a bastard. In the future, could any of these other bastards riding dragons take the throne? Particularly those whose hair truly is Targaryen silver. Word spreads across King's Landing that Rhaenyra is luring Targaryen bastards to Dragonstone in hopes of maybe claiming a dragon, thanks to a game of telephone that Mysaria began. Ulf succumbs to peer pressure from his buddies to go. Following the death of his child, Hugh Hammer gives it some thought as well, but his wife objects. Hugh was unaware of his father, but his mother, a worker in a pleasure house, was the sister of Viserys and Daemon's father, Baelon Targaryen. Alicent is unsure if she will ever return to King's Landing, even as the locals are moving out. She goes swimming alone at a lake in the Kingswood. Why is she in this area? At last, a few of the aspirants show up at Dragonstone for Rhaenyra's dragon riding trials. The dragon keepers who speak High Valyrian, however, disapprove of this idea and depart. After Vhagar, Vermithor is the largest dragon in the world, and Rhaenyra takes her visitors to meet him. The beast towering over Rhaenyra when he emerges from the shadows, more so than Seasmoke or any of the other dragons she has faced thus far. But as the first hopeful rises to the occasion, mayhem breaks out. Vermithor sets fire to almost every recruit, including the volunteer, causing everyone to flee into the dragon pits. It's like Jurassic Park down there as Vermithor just keeps chasing after them, stomping on them, burning them on fire, and eating them alive. When Hugh faces the dragon at last, prepared to accept his death, the animal appears to admire his bravery. Hugh pats Vermithor's nose as he bows down to him. Even though Rhaenyra is furious that she has wreaked even more havoc, she may at least celebrate this victory. Ulf, on the other hand, managed to get away and wander far into the dragon's lair. He trips over a dragon egg and wakes up another dragon, perhaps Silverwing, as he staggers around. She picks Ulf to be her rider rather than cooking him alive. However, Ulf is very inexperienced to the whole dragon riding business, and on his first flight, he flies over King's Landing, frightening the locals and stopping a brief council meeting. In order to pursue Silverwing and her new rider to Dragonstone, Aemond quickly mounts his own horse, Vhagar. We already know that things won't go well if Aemond and Vhagar are after you, but this time, Aemond exhibits a rare sign of self-control and tells Vhagar to turn around. Even Aemond is aware that he might not prevail in a fight if he were to engage in combat with the 3 dragons that Rhaenyra has with him on Dragonstone. It's never happened before. With just one episode remaining in this season, maybe Rhaenyra's new army will finally face the Greens.